This is the Out of Time Film Podcast, where your hosts Tom and John discuss everything from blockbuster films to TV and games like there's no tomorrow.
Hello and welcome to the Out of Time Film Podcast. My name is Tom and as always I'm joined with my co-host John, and this week we're talking about Fast X.
Yes, the end of the road begins.
It does indeed. Oh my god.
Oh
it
my
has
god.
been 2 years since Fast 9 and we're back. We're back, everyone.
Yes.
We're back to this truly insane franchise. Full spoilers ahead for anyone who hasn't seen it. Fast X, briefly explain the plot for those who don't know.
Okay. Over many missions against the impossible odds, Dom Toretto and his family have outsmarted and outdriven every foe in their path. Now, they must confront the most lethal opponent they ever faced. Fueled by revenge, a terrifying threat emerges from the shadows of the past to shatter Dom's world and destroy everything and everyone he loves.
Damn. Oh my god. Intense. So yeah, Fast X. What did you think? We saw it literally yesterday and I don't think we're finished processing it. What did you think?
As the title suggests, it is mental. You probably think, oh, it's like the same film over and over again. You could say that, but
Definitely.
You cannot go being shocked or anything. This film just gives you so many things at once. You just be like, what on earth is happening? This is just somehow amazing at the same time. I mean, the physics is still wrong, which is good. I mean, it's still getting that,
Yeah, it wouldn't be a Fast and Furious movie without just all the best readings of physics. Just throw it straight out the window. And
yeah, this is actually one of the better Fast and Furious films. I don't remember anything good about 8 or 9. Those were not the best or most memorable. But this was just so chaotic. It was just like, I don't know how to explain it. This is the hardest part. You've been watching all the Fast and Furious films. You'd be like, oh yeah, this is like family. You know what to do.
Yeah, they're not movies that really you watch them and then like thinking about them afterwards is so difficult because there's such a wave of visuals and a wave of just everything happening at you, and then you just kind of like, in a lot of ways, critiquing this movie does it a disservice because it is such a fun experience. And I would agree with you. I don't really remember much about 8 or 9. On our way home from the cinema, we were talking and I was like, I don't even remember who the villains of those movies were before realizing, oh, it was Cypher and Jacob. I just completely forgot.
Yeah.
Even though they're in Fast X, it really is just kind of like one of those things. I don't know if this movie is good, but does it really matter?
No.
Because I just thought this movie was really, really fun. And I'd agree with you. I think it has something that the last two didn't have. I want to kind of start off by talking about the whole director situation, because obviously Justin Lin was going to direct this.
Oh my god.
There was that incredible video where Vin Diesel was like, hey Justin, isn't this going to be like the greatest thing ever? And Justin just looks dead inside. Clearly you didn't want to direct this
poor
movie.
Justin.
Yeah, right? And I mean, hey, if he did stay on, he'd be doing 3 films at this point, and so they're splitting the Fast X story into Fast X Part 2, and Fast X Part 3, which of course should be called 12 Fast, 12 Furious. But instead they got Louis Leterrier in directing. What did you think of his direction in this?
I would say it's very standard. It didn't really ruin anything about the direction of this. I thought it was just like, I was watching the Fast and Furious film. I thought he did a good job with the style of it. He didn't make it over the top as possible. Like, you can tell in this film, it's so over the top. Yeah, I didn't really mind it. It was just the direction on some certain characters that needed to be worked on. But no, overall, it was just the story. I wish the story was shown a bit better because the narratives were a bit messy.
Oh my god, there was so much going on in this movie.
Yeah, there was so much going on. You would not even realize that we are like halfway through the film. You'd be like, "Where's Han?" And you just completely forget about everyone.
Yeah, there's so many plot threads and there's so many characters, and obviously we are going full spoilers, but I think it's such an insane thing to think about that we have so many characters in this franchise already, and this film introduces 3 new characters, being Tess, Ames, and Elena's sister, whose name escapes me. But they're adding 3 in, and then they add another 2 in right at the end with Hobbs and Giselle, which we'll get to, and then they take off Jacob. And so even then, they're bringing in 4 new they're bringing back so many characters, and at this point there's just so much going on. And like, you're right,
Yeah.
you're watching the film and then it will cut back to like Letty and Cypher, and you're like, what, where? I forgot this was a plot at all. Like, when we talked about Guardians 3, I talked a little bit about forgetting the Kraglin subplot and kind of being a bit like, oh, I forgot about that. This one is 10 times that level. It really is just like, oh, sure. And then this happens. Okay. And it's just like, again, I'm not going to critique it. I was so there like the whole time. I was with it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, no, take me wherever you want to go. Like, there's a specific scene. I don't want to say it's the most ridiculous of the movie, because the movie, as all Fast and Furious movies, it goes so big.
You
There's
can't
a scene
define
with
ridiculousness. You can't define it. But yeah, go on.
exactly. There's a scene with Jacob and little Brian
Yeah.
when they're on a plane, and
Oh my god. Yes.
Jacob's been carrying around this kind of like canoe with him in the airport, and they go to like the holds, and he like gets the canoe and he transforms it into like a mini plane, which essentially looks like the Batwing. And then they drop out of the plane, the cargo door opens, and they shoot out. And then the next time we see them, they're just on a speedboat. Like, what? I just imagine them just they crashing into the water,
Oh
and then
my
just kind of
God.
floating there, like, you know, as the plane slowly sinks, and Jacob's like, yeah, I'm sure someone will come around at some point. But it's just absolutely crazy, just some of that. Like,
Oh my God.
it's not quite going into space, but it's still impressively mad.
It is Mad Max, but even madder with with everything that's happening.
Fast
and
X, Madder Max.
Oh my god. Do you want to get into the whole villain? Jason Momoa's
Yes,
Dante. I thought he was brilliant. I thought
he was
Jason
so
Momoa,
good.
he was having a lot of fun playing this guy. And the funny thing is that they keep showing us the flashbacks, but Jason Momoa is like, he's just there in the flashbacks. And
Yeah.
he's just like, yes, I am the son of this, banker guy.
He's just the classic, like, it was me all along.
It's just like your Sunday villain TV show. You just see him every week, and it's just like he's there, and he's like mysteriously trying to plot this whole scheme.
It's like, you know that scene in the first Puss in Boots movie where Humpty Dumpty
yes.
reveals himself, and he's just in every single scene. And he's like, it was me, Puss. I was there the whole time. It was just like the whole opening of this movie with Dante during Fast 5, where he's like just behind the vault as it gets dragged out. Just incredible.
He was brilliant. I thought his character was just a better villain in the rest of the Fast and Furious films. I think he's the best one, really, because it was just so memorable. I'm sorry if people go, what about Shaw? What about other people in the Fast and Furious? I'm so sorry.
He's definitely like, it's him and Shaw, I would say, are the two best villains. But then obviously Shaw, is he even a villain now? Like, what's up with him? Like, he's more like an anti-hero, I guess. And he was in this movie as well. They brought him back too. They really did just kind of
brought
every
everyone back.
Single person imaginable. There were even times when we were whispering to each other during the movie, are we supposed to know this guy? Like, there's a guy in Brazil who is like in a green car, and we were like, is this like an established character? Like, who is this?
Yeah, I was like, hey, is this a character from Fast 5? I don't remember, but they're bringing everyone back, and it's just like Super Smash Bros. It's just like bringing back every character.
It's Super Smash Bros. Because everybody is superhuman at this point. Like, I know that it's already been clowned on loads, but even little Brian is indestructible. At one point, he jumps from Dante's car into Dom's car at high speeds as they are simultaneously drifting.
Oh my God.
And I was just, this is just another level of insane.
And then apparently the rest of the family can fight against soldiers with armor.
Every single one of them.
Even Roman knows what to do. I mean, I'm proud of him.
Roman had a weird kind of like arc in this movie, being I want to be a leader, but I'm terrible at being a leader, and now I'm fighting with Tej, and now we're friends again. But also, like, what?
My God, we have to go back to that Pete.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Pete Davidson has an extended cameo
for like 3 minutes. Man,
felt like an hour. My God.
Yeah, he was just there. for
What
no
a
reason
strange
whatsoever.
scene.
Okay, so one, this is like in this computer shop in London. He's like, I'll help you, but can you eat these muffins? But these muffins are just like drugs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like Han eats them and like his vision's going all like there's a moment. Okay, so like Han sees like everyone's face going like whoop, whoop, like a kind of funhouse mirror, and he's like, "Oh, the drugs," and he literally just shakes it off. My God, the man is like drugs doesn't affect him. He just kind of just shakes it off, and that's it.
I was like, is this going to be a bit about Han getting high? But no,
I thought that too.
I just don't know where they were going for that. It was such a pointless scene. But then everyone was like, Pete Davidson, we must add in Pete Davidson. Oh my God.
That must have been a reshoot because, like, in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't add a whole lot into the narrative other than Roman and Tej being angry at each other. But I think it's interesting because we haven't watched Hobbs and Shaw, but I know that Hobbs and Shaw includes cameos from Kevin Hart and Ryan Reynolds. So, like,
Yeah.
I guess this is just a big thing that, like, we talked about Bullet Train last year. We both loved Bullet Train, and that movie throws a load of cameos in. And it's like, I guess it's just a thing now that you just got these extended cameo sequences from these movies, which, sure, I guess. I mean,
Sure.
the real question is, will Pete Davidson join the family
No,
in the 11th
please,
movie?
no, please,
if he's
no.
coming.
Oh my God.
But you're like, Han, what is happening with Han? At the beginning of the movie, he
I
seems
want
like
a
really...
redemption arc for Han, man.
He seems like really like sad at the beginning. He misses the past and stuff, and then he doesn't really do much for the rest of the movie.
He goes on Tinder.
He does go on. Oh my God, yeah. It's just crazy. And I know that obviously they're going to do something with Han and Giselle reuniting in 11 or 12, but like, this is so weird. These two characters who both died tragically are now both brought back. And, they haven't done anything with Han really in 2 movies. So like, what's happening?
It's like Star Wars again, bringing back every character. Well,
at least death sticks sometimes in Star Wars. I think, like, I can't think of many characters apart from like villains who have actually died in this franchise. There's like maybe 3 characters aside from like the bad guys who have actually like. Well, here's one: Jacob sacrifices himself in such a strange scene.
He just like out of nowhere. By the way, this was not mentioned anywhere in this character arc or anything that was setting up. It wasn't really going for that self-sacrifice moment or anything like that. It was just out of nowhere, and Jacob was like, "There's too many cars in front of you. I gotta do something." And then Dom's like, "No," and then he jumps over with the rocket boosters.
Oh my God!
And then it explodes and the car. I'm not making this up.
So crazy. He has a car with cannons on it. He has numerous cannons. And little Brian is a murderer. That's important to say. He literally straight up destroys blows up people. So, at the tender age of like 10, he's destroying people. But then like the cannons break and they fix them. And then Jacob's fuel is running out. And so instead of shooting the cars that he needs to shoot, he's like, I'll drive into them. Yes, good idea. And it's like, it's very clear that they were just like, what do we do with this character? We don't know. But it was just incredible, the fact they just went for that. I gotta respect it, because he was delightful throughout the movie, which was a complete tonal shift from the last movie where he was menacing and like hell-bent on anger. And this time he's like, hey, I love the 90s. Check out my cassette tape. Look at my crappy car. Whoa, I'm a cool uncle now. And it's just like, what like the whiplash that you got. It was like, what's going on?
Oh, it was so bizarre. It was such a bizarre journey with little Brian and then Jacob as well. It was so... I don't know why that was included in the film, but oh well, but I don't know what to do with that. But anyway, that self-sacrifice was just so weird.
There's never a moment where really we get to kind of take that death in. Dom's like, oh, and then it's like, okay, back to the
sorry,
thing.
little Brian.
Yeah, like, oh, your uncle's dead. Let's keep on rolling. And I understand that it's part of an action sequence, but it's like, there's a really good scene early on in the movie where Dom and Han talk about like the past and all the people they've lost. And then Dom takes a moment, he looks at all the pictures in his garage, and they play the score gives the See You Again motif like the piano motif, and it's beautiful. And then Dom talks to his grandmother about it. Is his grandmother been in the movies before? I don't know.
I don't know.
But like they talk about it, and it's a really nice scene. After that, you'll be hard pressed to find too many emotional scenes. Like Dom talks a bit about like his fear of losing the family like early on, and we don't really get much elaboration on that. And I think the problem is that even though they're splitting this story into 3 parts, they still really need to keep the ball rolling. There's so much happening that they don't really want to take too much of a break, to the point where literally there is about a 20-minute scene of just a ball rolling down Rome. A big bomb that's just rolling down, and it's incredible. Dom is trying to like get it into the river, and so he flies into a crane, which he knocks, and the other side of the crane knocks the ball into the river, and then he outruns what is similar to a nuclear explosion. What a movie!
It's such a crazy opening for that, and I love
Yeah,
it because
that's like in the first half an hour.
yeah, I was just watching. I was like, "Yep, Fast and Furious is back." This film has confused me on so many levels, and I love it. It's just insane.
Yeah,
Cars, yes, the cars. We
cars.
mustn't forget the cars. It's Fast and Furious.
There's a really great scene right at the end when Dante's like, I've taken everything from you. I've taken away your family. I've taken away your freedom. And Dom's like, there's one thing you didn't take away from me. My
Family.
car.
No.
No, not family, John. It's the car. Drives down
car.
a dam. It's incredible. And like the film really goes for it with a cliffhanger.
Oh
They
yeah,
want to
definitely.
have their Infinity War moment where everything ends and it's like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? The plane that holds Roman, Tej, Ramsey, and Han crashes, and Ames is a villain now. Apparently, Ames is the new head of the agency, and just like he's like, oh, I hate you, Dom. No, actually, we're friends now. Aha, I was a villain the whole time. Gotcha. But there is a critique.
That's a great
Like,
summary.
I mean, yeah, but there is a critique in the movie about Dom's blind faith in people and the fact that he always is willing to forgive the villain. You know, like he literally forgave Han's murderer and was like, "Hey, yeah, you're cool, man." Like
Oh,
when it comes
oh
to
yeah.
Shaw, there's some interesting stuff there that I don't know if they're going to go into that when it comes to Fast X Part 2, but like man, you just know that Vin Diesel wants to make like the greatest piece of cinema, and he's making just this incredibly batshit insane franchise, which somehow, against all the odds, works, even when it's just like completely nonsensical. Like, I swear, every single scene opens with the same establishing shots of Brazil and the beaches.
Oh my
And
god,
like
it's
wherever
just
they
like
are, it just keeps on doing that.
it's just like stock image every time, or stock
Yes.
video. It's just like, hey, here's Brazil. I'm pretty sure that's not their footage, but I think they just took somebody else's footage and be
They could have
like,
even used the same footage from Fast Five. They probably have hours of
yeah,
footage of just Brazil. They're like, yeah,
yeah,
we
the
got it.
Brazil, like, oh yeah, let's get more. No, let's use footage from Fast Five.
Mm.
And oh my god, the timeline. We were talking about the timeline about
Oh my
Fast and
God.
Furious on the way back. We were like, do you know Lil Brian? How does he fit in this timeline?
It
Really,
doesn't. In this movie,
it
they
doesn't
they
add up.
confirm that Fast Five takes place in 2011. After the first flashback, they say that Fast X takes place 10 years after that, which means that Fast X takes place in 2021. If we say that like little Brian's about 10 or something, that means that when he's roughly about 1 in Fast 8 must have been 9 years ago, roughly, which means that in the 10 years since Fast 5, Fast 6, 7, and 8 all take place within like a year of each other. And then Fast 9 is like 6 years later, and then another 3 years for like just whoa. It's such a muddled timeline, but also that's really fun. Just a strange mix of everything.
Yeah, it's just so confusing with the timeline. I just don't know where to begin on that. I just got nothing else to add apart from the most surprising cliffhanger of all time, Giselle. Just
Yes. It was rumored that she'd be back, and so I was
I
kind of expecting it, but they did it. She had to come out of the submarine.
yeah, she appears. I guess we're gonna have another backstory on that.
Fast 11 will begin with Giselle's
Giselle,
backstory after falling
yeah.
out of the plane, which, if I'm right, is about 9 years ago in Furious 6. So like when she falls out of the plane, she's been gone for about like 9 years.
What has she been doing for 9 years then?
I don't know.
Oh my
What was
God.
Han doing
Okay,
for roughly
okay,
9
okay.
years? Who knows?
Imagine she's been like helping the family for like 9 years, but like in this secret way.
Oh my God. Wait, like Mission Impossible has the masks.
Yeah.
It turns out that Giselle's been there the whole time, but she was wearing a mask.
Oh my God. No, 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 no. No, this is gonna be sound so far-fetched.
Say it.
Imagine Giselle. Imagine she's been disguising as Letty for so many years.
John,
And then
think about it. That doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't make any sense.
Letty literally sees Giselle at the end of the movie.
I know.
Oh God. But they really hit us with 3 cliffhangers. They give us the cliffhanger of Dom and little Brian stuck with Dante's like bombs at the dam, which, let's be honest, they're all bomb proof by now. They'll just stand there and it'll wash over them. They'll be fine. And then we have Giselle, and then the post-credit scene. John, you whooped in the cinema. Hobbs is back,
Did I?
baby. Yes, you
Oh,
did. When Hobbs came back, you were like, woo!
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
I swear you did.
No, I was
Yeah,
like,
you did.
yay! Not too
No,
loud. I wasn't like,
you gave
hooray!
a whoop. You gave a whoop.
No,
I
I
think
didn't.
you had an out-of-body experience. You didn't even realize it, but you whooped.
Oh my God. Okay, I actually don't remember doing that, but I remember seeing Hobbs, so I was happy.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
It was
We were
crazy.
talking about, it's like the Thanos meme. Dwayne Johnson, like Black Adam flopped. And so he came crawling back to Vin Diesel, and Vin Diesel was like, you couldn't live with your failure. Where did that lead you? Back to me.
Oh my God. They're doing everything in Infinity War. They're trying to do like up the stakes a bit, but it's a bit hard because it's just like these characters are invincible. You can't do anything. You
I
can't
feel
even
like-
raise the stakes. I don't think Jacob's dead.
No one's dead. Jacob's going to be fine. He'll be back in the next one. But I think they're definitely, when it comes to like the stakes, I think Jason Momoa as the villain who just wrecks shit up the whole time is the kind of thing that makes the stakes feel even a little bit higher in this one.
Yeah, I mean, he killed that guy in the street race.
Yeah, exactly. He did. I love how half the time he's like really menacing. The other time he's giving like the most camp Joker kind of vibes. There's even one scene where he's like painting the nails of like some dead people, and he's like talking about being in touch with his feminine side. And it's just like, what a strange. I really wonder how much of it was in the script and how much Jason Momoa was just like, yes, this is gonna be my this is my performance.
He got punched by Vin, and he was laughing like he was like some Joker. He was like laughing.
Yeah, it reminded me of Green Goblin in No Way Home when like he's being punched and he's laughing. What a guy! It just incredible.
What a guy! Yeah, I agree.
I think he was definitely the standout of this movie.
Yeah,
he's the thing that I'm gonna remember about this one.
Yeah, sorry. I thought you were gonna extend on that. I thought you would just be like,
no,
yes,
he's
the best villain of all time. I know what he's saying. He's gonna be the villain. Yeah,
Darth Vader. I never heard of him. Dante.
Thanos?
Yeah,
no,
ridiculous.
Oh, okay. So I don't know where to say on this, but Brian, it's just mentioned a lot of the time, or like hinting. Like, whereas Brian, it's kind of, I don't know where they're gonna do with this. Like, is he still alive in this universe?
Yeah, like they keep on being like, oh yeah, he's at home with the family. I think that in the next one or two, I think potentially the cliffhanger for the next one will be Brian coming back. I just think that considering all the lengths this franchise goes to, all the people that it brings back, all the times that they tease Brian, like remember Fast 9 ends with Brian like pulling up at the house like in his car. We don't see him, but like it ends with him like arriving at the family barbecue. I feel like even though it's definitely a bad idea to bring him back, to resurrect him through CGI, whether it's done well or not, I think they're going to do it. I just think that they can't resist at this point bringing him back because of how much that will elicit a reaction out of the audience.
It's going to be a really conflicting thing to watch. I mean, they're trying to bring him back, but it's going to be a bit disrespectful. I don't know what they're hinting at.
Well, I guess we'll see
I don't have anything else
2 years or so. Well, I have an email here from Samuel Matson, as ever. Incredible. The man himself. Tom, John, start your engines. It's time to race fast cars for family and save the world. I love the Fast and Furious franchise from the first to the last. I know people prefer either the racing or the outlandish stunts, but I love it all. These movies are big, dumb, awesome rides that you can just sit back and turn your brain off to. I love these movies to bits. As of writing this email, I haven't yet seen Fast X, but when the pod comes out, I will have seen it. With each film that comes out, I like to try and predict what sort of big stunt they'll do. These predictions often fall short because of how outlandish and bizarre these stunts are, but I'm predicting
Okay.
time travel. No, Sam. They've gone to
Sam,
space,
no!
so I feel that time travel has to be next. If it doesn't happen in Fast X, it surely has to happen in one of the next two movies. So what do you guys want to see stunt-wise from the next two films? How far can these stunts go? Either way, I'm so hyped for this movie. So start your engines, race home, have the classic barbecue and the Corona beer. Do it for the family. I'll see you again, pun intended, on the next one. Take care, gents. Sam.
Oh.
Thank you, Sam, as ever.
Thank you, Sam.
Love the pun. Time travel. I didn't even consider that. And now you say it, I think that could genuinely happen. Like
I think that might be possible.
I think it might happen. I think that could genuinely happen.
I think it might be possible. I think Dante has something up his sleeve. I think he's gonna be like, I'm gonna go back in time. I'm gonna be like doing everything in my power to stop
he goes
the
back
family.
and he saves his father or something. That would be genuinely insane. Oh, it could happen. I could see them
It
doing
could
that.
happen. Oh my god, that could be the cliffhanger. That could be the cliffhanger.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah. But I guess one of the things about that is that they've already brought back so many characters that the appeal of time travel, of seeing characters that you've lost. I think about Endgame, for example, which, like, I'm lukewarm on that movie, but I think the time travel is done very well. Thor has a chance to see his mum again. Tony has a chance to see his dad again. Steve has a chance to see Peggy again. Those kinds of things, that's the benefit of time travel for the characters. I don't know what they could do with this franchise because everybody already has come back from the dead. Maybe Dom will see his dad again, or maybe he'll see Jacob again. I don't know. But like, God, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Just wow.
That's gonna be just so insane.
I kind of want that now. I kind of secretly. It's not even
Yeah.
secretly. I want that. I just think that would be that would just be next level insane.
Oh my god! Imagine the directors are listening to our, ideas. I'm like,
Which
what?
they're definitely not.
No, they're not. Just this is the writer's strikes at the moment. So
which we 100% support. Whilst we're on the topic.
yes.
So yeah, we hope that they come to a fair deal that, because writers really are the backbone of the industry. They really deserve everything. And God damn it, if the writers are going to write time travel into Fast and Furious, they're going to get paid well for it.
Yeah, please. I heard there's some crazy stunts that will happen.
Mm.
Like, I want to see Vin Diesel lifting a car or...
Again. Doesn't he lift a car in this one? I feel like he does. I feel there's a memo where
he does.
Yeah,
he does.
He
does. Yeah.
He's lifting. Cars are so heavy, man. How strong is Dom supposed to be at this point?
He's got the family.
I wonder maybe they go into the future instead of the past in terms of time travel. You could see little Brian, but as an old man. Old Brian.
God.
Big Brian.
Oh my god.
Oh,
they just go into
Jesus.
the future and then Hobbs is still there. He's just like...
Hobbs is still there. He looks exactly the same. He hasn't aged
looks
a day.
exactly the same with the goatee.
Yeah.
Oh
We're
my
definitely like... The next one is going to also have Dom and Hobbs almost meeting, but they're going to leave it right to the end, I reckon, because damn, I can't believe Dwayne Johnson's back. What a movie. What a movie. What are you going to give Fast X, which I still can't believe it's the title, out of 10?
I don't know why they call it Fast X. I mean, it's Fast 10,
Why the hell
but
not?
where's... I'm just so, baffled by this film. Okay, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. That's how I feel
agree.
with it.
I am genuinely so excited for the next one.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't care. I heard the reviews and stuff. Like, I don't care. I want the next one, please. Please.
Yeah, if you're not on board with this franchise by now, if you don't know what to expect, then what are you gonna do? Thank you everybody for listening. If you're listening on YouTube and you enjoyed it, you can give us a like and subscribe if you want to see more. And if you're listening on Spotify, you can follow and give us a 5-star review if you think we're worthy. Next week, we're doing The Little Mermaid 1989 in preparation for the 2023 remake. So you can send us an email at oustimefilmpod@gmail.com and let us know your thoughts on The Little Mermaid from 1989, the animated one, and ask us any questions and we'll answer it right here on the podcast next week. And you can follow us on Instagram at OusTimeFilmPod to see our incredible thumbnails from Zain Afzal, and on Twitter for more thoughts from me. Thanks to Jones-Meyer for the excellent theme and Ronan Phillips for vocals, as always. And I think that's everything.
Yeah, that's everything. Thank you for the email, Sam. It's been a pleasure talking about Fast X. That's everything. Take what you're given.
And never turn your back on family.
Oh my god. Why would you...
I twisted it.
Change it, man?
I twisted it.